Hello everyone! Today I'm going to talk about the February patch and what it brings. Note that this video will contain spoilers, so if you wish to explore the world of ASKA on your own, turn off this video now. Still here? Good, let's go! The long-awaited patch for the December update has finally come. With it comes a lot of fixes to things that were broken. As usual, you can read the patch notes inside the game on this side of the menu. The two most important bugs that have been fixed are the following. With the December patch, we got a bug that made our villagers not put their metal parts into the metal parts collector. And because they did not put away their metal parts, our workshops could not recraft the weapons and tools. During this time, we had to manually take the metal parts from their inventories and put them either into the metal parts collector or the warehouse. Now, this has been fixed. Our workers have started putting away the metal parts into the metal parts collectors again. The second most annoying bug we had was that carts and sleds started disappearing underground. If you place them on the pier, at the harbor or at terraformed ground, they would snap underground. The only way we could get them back was to assign a market worker to use that specific cart or sled. That has now also been fixed. There are a lot of other fixes, but I am not going to delve into them. But this patch does bring one new thing. Our villagers can finally harvest our enemies. This job has been added to the stonecutters, hunters, and kennel workers. Now let's dive into that. The reason why the corpse harvesting has been divided upon different jobs is because of the different tools used to harvest them. As we know, the stonecutter uses a pickaxe, the hunter a knife, and a kennel worker... no clue? So if we place the enemies in this picture, we see that the stonecutter will then harvest Draugr, while the hunters will harvest zombies, crawlers, and followers. But that does leave the skeletons. With the patch, they have also changed so that now, when we decide to harvest a skeleton creature, we will actually use a pickaxe instead of a hammer. This is to enable that the stonecutter can deal with these bodies as well. The stonecutter can therefore deal with both Draugr and skeletons. I am now going to stalk some workers and see if they actually do what they're supposed to do. I started with following the stonecutter. And indeed, they did deal with the skeleton and Draugr. But they did only do this after they had picked up all loose rocks and dealt with the stones in the area. The hunters also seem to go and look for bodies first when they can't find any other prey. I did notice that they did not deal with the followers. During the Friday dev stream, I actually asked about this. And the conclusion is that because followers do not drop bones or metal, they are also not getting harvested. That is going to be fixed. I then went ahead and asked about the crawlers. The crawlers are also not being harvested as they are inside the mine, and only mine workers harvest anything inside the mine. Therefore, we know the crawlers are not going to be harvested, but followers will soon. But what about the kennel worker? She was sitting and enjoying the nice weather instead of helping out with the corpses. So I tested by giving her first a knife and then a pickaxe. And as you can see, she's just chilling. So I went ahead and changed the priorities on the food so that bones would be first. That did not make her do anything, so I tried removing all the food. Then she got up and ran to the warehouse to pick up bones. I wanted to see if this would prompt her to pick up the tools needed for harvesting bones from the skeletons. it did not, so then I went ahead and planned my next experiment. I traded her both a knife and a pickaxe and removed the bones in her inventory and in the kennel to see if she would go and harvest some or just go and fetch it from the warehouse. Me sad panda when she ran to the warehouse to pick up some more bones. I figured I would do one more test. I blacklisted everyone from the warehouse with the bones to see if she would then go and harvest some. But as expected, she went looking for the food that was the second priority on the priority list: meat. So unfortunately, I did not manage to get the kennel worker to help out with any corpses. Another change that has been done to the Stonecutter is that they now can store metal scraps in the small stone storage. As you can see, now when I'm back with some metal scraps, I can deposit them inside this storage. If we open the tasks, we can also see that metal scraps is on the list. It can be a little bit confusing since the storage name has not been changed. And as you can see, there has been no changes done to the UI to indicate that they can now harvest bodies. Hopefully in the future we will have a task for harvesting corpses so that we can prioritize it as we want. The same goes for the hunter house. There is no indication that we now can tell them to harvest enemy bodies. Another great change has been done to the Smolkr pen and the kennel. We have now been given the option to feed them bones, which finally gives us more use cases for bones. The golem's lifespan has also been changed to 80 in-game days. But something that was not added in the patch notes is that the golems now also can do a couple more jobs each. The crystal golem can now work at the market, the air runestone, fire runestone and the healing hut, while the mud golem can now operate the earth and water runestone. This concludes my walkthrough of the February patch. Thank you for watching!